Boys and girls, today what we're going to make is what's called a pinch pot. Very simply, what you're going to do is you're going to take your square piece of clay, and since your hands naturally make C shapes, which are balls, you're going to put it in there and you're going to cup it together till you get a nice round shape of clay. You want to do this really quickly. Don't spend too much time or you'll dry your clay out. From there, you take the clay, you find somewhere where the center is, and you take your thumb. And you take your thumb and you're going to push in here to make a hole. Now you only want to go so deep. If you go all the way through, you're going to end up with a hole. So I'm going to take my thumb here, push down to the center. I can feel it about right there at the bottom, so I know I'm pretty good. Then I can pull it out. Now that left me a hole. I basically have a little small bowl already, but what I want to do is I'm going to make this wider. So what you're going to do, this is why they call it a pinch pot. You're going to take your thumb and fingers and you're going to start on the side here and you're going to gently pinch. Now don't pinch too much too quick or you'll make it really thin. You just try to go around the same hole and you're pinching with your hands to thin the clay out but to also stretch it. Okay? After you go around a couple of times and you kind of begin to see your shape, all right, take your pinch pot and tap it lightly on your surface. Okay, not too hard but lightly. It'll give you a nice flat bottom. Okay, from there you can look at the inside. If you need the inside to grow, you can push the inside out more. All right, then from there, if you still want to go out and make this a little bit more even, you can. The goal is to keep it the same thickness all the way across. And remember, do this by just turning and pinching. All right, you don't want to do too much too quick, but eventually you'll have it where you have a small little bowl like this. Okay, now too thin and your clay wall will fall. Now notice I made that really quickly. From here, I've got my shape made. I'm ready to design it. I might want to give it a little bit more tap so it sits nice and flush. You can also tap the rim. Now not too much because your pot will fall in, but just give it a little tap and it makes it kind of flat for you. Shape it how you want it. Now you're ready to design it. You can design it a couple ways. You can take tools like this. You can draw into it to make interesting patterns like this. Okay. I also have texture tools like this right here that you can take and put a hand inside to support it. Put this on the outside and you can push and roll it around on your pot like this. Now be careful because this can change your shape of your pot if you're pressing too hard, okay? But you got to put a pretty good pressure to do it. But what you're left is you're left with a really great texture like that, okay? You can also do things like stamps. Here I have a small stamp. Notice one side makes this. It's going to look like this, okay? Make sure you're pushing the clay from the inside. Really press it in, give it a good wiggle. Boom, you get a heart like that. The other side looks like this. Same idea, push it in. Okay, oh, I did that upside down. That's okay, you get the idea. All right, so you can stamp more. I also have larger stamps. However, most of these aren't going to fit because of the size of there. If you want to try it out in some areas, you're more than welcome to. Okay, maybe get part of that. But once again, the more you press, the thinner the inside of this gets. So the less it's going to support. But I got a pretty good sun out of that. So after that, make sure you have your shape how you just like it. Okay, once you're satisfied with that, flip it over, grab this tool right here, and you want to write your name in there as much as possible. Remember, this proves that this is your pot. Okay? Alan Cummings, because that's who I am. Boom. Just like that. After that, you can bring it and set it on the table.